Hello, in this video we'll go through all the questions of the topic algebraic fraction, and I'll just make you run through all the questions and I'll show you the steps what is required to solve such questions. Starting with the first question, as you can see on the screen, in the numerator you can see that from 3a and 9 I can take 3 common, so it will be a plus 3, while in the denominator I can take a square common, so it will be a plus 3 left. A plus 3 will get cancelled and we are left with the final answer 3 over a square. This is the most simplified fraction. Next question. Here also the approach will be same, so you can also try to do it, or you can just see how I am doing it. So from the first two terms in the numerator, I'll take 2x common because 2 is there, and then from x square and x we can take x common. So the leftover term will be x at the first place, and in the second place it will be minus y. Same thing we will do in the denominator. Over there I can see that y to the power 4 is common because it is there in both terms. So for the first term only x will be left, while for the next term y will be left. And then x minus y will get cancelled and we are left with 2x over y to the power 4. That will be the final answer. Next question. In this question also you can see that in the numerator I can take b common, so I'll be left with 3 plus b square, while in the denominator I can take 4 common, so it will be b square plus, from 12 if 4 is taken then 3 will be left. Now you can see in the numerator we have 3 plus b square, and addition is commutative. It means 3 plus b square is same as b square plus 3. So this can also be written as b times b square plus 3 over 4 times b square plus 3, and b square plus 3 will get cancelled, and finally I'm left with my answer b by 4. That is the simplified fraction. Moving on. Now as we are moving further, we will just get different types of algebraic fraction, but more or less we have to do same thing in all of them. So to begin with, in the numerator I can take 10 common, so I'll be having n square plus 9 left, while in the denominator I can take 2 common, so it will be n minus 3 left. Now we don't have any common factor, so you can think of an identity a square minus b square, which is a plus b, a minus b, and if you can see 9 can be written as 3 square. Okay, so in the numerator I have 10 times n square minus 3 square. This step is optional, it is just to make you understand what is happening. And then from here if we move further, then we will get 10 times n plus 3 n minus 3 over 2 times n minus 3. Now n minus 3 will get cancelled, 2 and 10 will give me 5, so my final answer will be 5 times of n plus 3. This is the most simplified form. Okay, don't multiply 5 inside because they are asking us to simplify. So in simplified form it should be written in this way, so that will become our final answer. Moving further, so let us continue with the fifth question. Now in fifth question, as you can see that 4k square minus 1 can also be written as 2k whole square minus 1 square, and in the denominator I can take 3k square common, so it will be 2k minus 1 left. In the numerator we can apply the property a square minus b square, where it will be written as a plus b and a minus b, and in the denominator we can rewrite as it is. So 2k minus 1 will get cancelled and we are left with 2k plus 1 over 3k square. That is the simplified form. Moving on to the next question. Now in this question I can take 4c common. The leftover terms will be c square minus, out of 100 if I take 4 as a factor then 25 will be left, over 4c plus 5. Now the 4 which is lying outside can get cancelled, so that will do in the last step, and in the numerator the c square minus 25 can be written as c plus 5 c minus 5 over 4c plus 5. Now this 4 and c plus 5 will get cancelled, and we are finally left with c times c minus 5, which can also be written as c square minus 5c. So this will be the final simplified form. Next question. Now in the 7th question, we will take 2 common. So I'll be left with x square minus 16. Well, in the denominator, I have a quadratic equation in which 20 can be written as 4 and 5. So it will be written as x plus 4, x plus 5, and in the numerator, we can write it down as x minus 4, x plus 4 over x plus 4, x plus 5. X plus 4 will get cancelled, and we are left with twice of x minus 4 over x plus 5. That will be the final answer. Next question. Now in the 8th question, in the numerator and denominator we have both quadratics. 30 can be written as 6 and 5. So from here, (11) can be written as a minus 6, a minus 5, while in the denominator it is a minus 6, a minus 6. A minus 6 will get cancelled, and we are left with a minus 5 over a minus 6. In these questions, you should be just aware with the quadratic factorization. If you are good at that, then these questions are quite doable. 9th question. Now in this question, in the numerator, we have 18, which has factors 2 and 9. I need minus 18, and at the center I need minus 7. It means 9 should have a negative sign. So I can write y minus 9, y plus 2 over y plus 9 and y minus 9. Y minus 9 will get cancelled, and we have y plus 2 over y plus 9. That will be our final answer. Next question. Now this is a bit different because we have a quadratic equation with some coefficient of x square which is greater than 1. Okay, so here approach is a bit different, and first we will just work on the denominator. I can write 3 and 15, and then 3 times 5, so that will give me 9 and 5. 9 and 5 will give me 14. So I can work it out like 3x square plus 9x plus 5x plus 15. Then from the first two terms I'll take 3x common, so it will be x plus 3, then 5 common, so it will be x plus 3, and then x plus 3, 3x plus 5 are the factors. So in the denominator I'll write x plus 3 and 3x plus 5, while in the numerator it is 3x whole squared minus 5 squared. A square minus b square, again we have to use it, so it will be 3x plus 5 and 3x minus 5, and we can cancel 3x plus 5, so we'll be left with 3x minus 5 over x plus 3, and that is the final answer. Moving on to the next question. Here we have 4y square minus 9, so it can be written as 2y square minus 3 square, so 2y minus 3 and 2y plus 3, while for the denominator we can work again the same way what we did in the previous question. 12 will be written as 3 and 4. Okay, we can break it down, but it's not required. 2 and 4 will be 8. 8 and 3 can give me 11. So I'll write 2y square minus 8y minus 3y plus 12. And from the first two term 2y common, it will be y minus 4, then minus 3, y minus 4. You have to always make sure that this y minus 4 should be same. Okay, even in the previous question also I can show you what I'm talking about. X plus 3 should be same. If these are not same, means you have done some mistake. So just check it out again. So finally we have got the factors. Factors will be y minus 4 and 2y minus 3. 2y minus 3 will get cancelled, and we are left with 2y plus 3 over y minus 4. Moving on to the next one. Now here once again we have quadratic over quadratic. The top one is easy because we have to just think of two numbers, so that will be 8 and 3. while in the bottom one we have to think of getting the middle term in such a way so that the factors are 5 and 21. Okay, or we can break it down further: 5, 3, 7. So 15 and 7 can give me 22. Okay, so I can write it down as n plus 8, n plus 3, while in the denominator, first I will just process it here. So 5n square plus 15n plus 7n plus 21, 5n, n plus 3 plus 7, n plus 3, and we have n plus 3, 5n plus 7, n plus 3 will get cancelled, we have n plus 8 over 5n plus 7. That will be the final answer. Moving on to the next question. In next question we are going to do the same thing. Okay, so let us just directly move on. So over here it will be 5 common, so it will be 9 minus 4x square, while in the denominator it will be 2x square plus 6x plus, in fact, minus, but then that will not work, so we'll go ahead with 2x plus 3x plus 3. There was a minus, there was a plus sign, because of that I am trying to do this. Now the next step will be 5 times of 3 minus 2x, 3 plus 2x over, from the first two terms I'll take 2x common, so it will be x plus 1 plus 3 common, so it will be x plus 1 again. Now I'll take x plus 1 common, so in the denominator x plus 1 is common, 2x plus 3 is left, and I have 5 times of 3 minus 2x and 3 plus 2x. 2x plus 3 and 3 plus 2x, they are same, so we can take them together, and we will be left with 5 times 3 minus 2x over x plus 1. That can be the final answer. Next. Now here also we have to do the same thing. Okay, we have to just work on factors of both numerator and denominator. So we will write for the numerator as 3 times 6, then 3 times 2 times 3, and I can see that 3 3s are 9, 9 2s are 18, 18 and 1. So the numerator will be 3x square plus 18x plus 1x plus 6, while in the denominator I can write it down as 3x plus 3x, so 9x square plus 3x plus 3x plus 1. That will work. Now the first two terms in the numerator, I can take 3 common, so it will be x plus 6. In fact, I can take 3x common, so it will be x plus 6. And then from the next two terms, I'll just take 1 common, because there is literally nothing. So when there is nothing common, we can always take 1. So then we will get the leftover as x plus 6. Divide by, from the first two terms, I can take 3x common. I'll be left with 3x plus 1. Then from the next two terms, I'll just take 1 common. So it will be 3x plus 1. Now, x plus 6 will be common in the numerator. 3x plus 1 will be the leftover term. And in the denominator, we have 3x plus 1. 3x plus 1. 3x plus 1 will get cancelled, and we are left with x plus 6 over 3x plus 1. That will be the final answer. We'll try to do the same thing for 15th question. So moving forward with 15th question, it will be 3 times x square minus 100, which can be written as 10 square. While in the denominator, I can just write 6 times 50. There is a negative sign, we'll definitely consider that. Okay, so 6 times 2 times 5 times 5. These are the factors of 50. Now we have to get 55 out of these. Okay, let us see how it can be combined to get that. So we have 5 2s are 10. 10 and 6 is 60. 60 and 5 will give me 55. So I will do 60 and minus 5. The main reason is I need minus 50. Okay, there was a minus sign, and I need plus 55 over here. So it will be written as 6x square plus 60x minus 5x minus 50. In such cases, if in case you do a mistake, you will never get the two brackets same. So that is also one of the way to verify whether we are doing right or not. So that will come to know in a while. In the numerator, it is x plus 10, x minus 10, while in the denominator, from the first two terms, 6x is common, x plus 10, From the next two term, minus 5 is common, so x plus 10. We have got same brackets, means we are doing good, we are doing right. So 3x plus 10, x minus 10 over x plus 10 common, and 6x minus 5. X plus 10 is cancelled. We are left with 3 times of x minus 10 over 6x minus 5, and that is the most simplified form, which will become our answer. Next question. Now these are a bit different type of questions in which we have to do as per what they are asking. So we'll just try in the same way. So our main motive is to take the terms common wherever it is possible. So from the first two terms, I'll take 12 common. It will be x minus 3. In the denominator, I'll take x common. It will be x plus 5 times. In the numerator, it is 20. 20 means 4 and 5. So it will be x plus 4 and x plus 5. This is kind of similar to the quadratic what we have discussed. So I'm just writing it directly. And then we have 3 times of x minus 3. Then before moving on further, we will just try to cancel the terms out. And the leftover terms, whatever we are left with, it will be 4 times x plus 4 over x. Then we can try to write it down in this form. So it will be 4x over x plus 4 4s are 16 over x. That will be 4 plus 16 over x. And a and b are integers. We can rewrite it in this form. They're not asking a and b value, but yeah, it is in the form what they had given. So that you can see, and we are done with it. Next question. Now in the next question, we have a term over here and then it is divided. Okay, so whenever we have a divided by b by c, it can also be written as a times c by b. You can flip those terms and then you can just rewrite. So while doing that, we will also take terms common. So it will be 5 times 2x minus 7 times, in the denominator which will come up, it will be 2 times x square minus 16, while the one which will go down, it will be 2x square minus 15x plus 28. Now we just need to work on this denominator term first, because for sure there will be some factors which can get cancelled. Let us see. So 2 and 28, so 2, 7, 4. Okay, 2, 8, 4s are 8, 8 and 7 is 15. So that will work. So in the numerator, I will have 5 2s are 10, 2x minus 7, x minus 4 and x plus 4. While in the denominator, I will have 2x square minus 8x minus 7x plus 28. It is still not done yet. We have to simplify further. For a while, numerator is as it is, so we don't have to do anything to that. So it will be x minus 4, x plus 4, while the denominator is, from the first two terms, it is 2x common, x minus 4. In the second two terms, minus 7 is common, so x minus 4. So x minus 4 is a common factor for sure. Okay, so numerator 10 times 2x minus 7, x minus 4, x plus 4 over x minus 4 and 2x minus 7. X minus 4 got cancelled. 2x minus 7 will also get cancelled, and we are left with 10 times x plus 4, which can also be written as 10x plus 40. They had given, yeah, so they had given us to write it down in the form of ax plus b. So 10x plus 40, it is in that form where a will be 10 and 40 will be b. Okay, just in case if they ask, then we should know how to write it. Moving on to the next question. Now in this question also, our primary approach will be same. We have to first just rearrange the terms and then try to write it down in the factored form. So 9 over x cube times, from here I'll take x to the power 4 common, so it will be 3x plus 10 over, in the denominator it is 9x square minus 100, which is 3x plus 10 and 3x minus 10 times by. It is the same thing what I did in the previous question, so I'm just doing it directly now. 6x minus 20 can also be written as 2 common, 3x minus 10 over x square. Now we have all terms, we can just try to cancel them, the common ones, and we are finally left with 18x to the power 4 over x to the power 5. This is 3 and this is 2, so 3 plus 2 will be 5. We are just using law of indices. So that will be finally of the type 18 over x. They want us to write it in the form of a over x, where a is an integer, so we are done. It is 18 over x, that will be the final answer. And then the last question. In this question we have to follow BIDMAS, due to which these two terms will be treated first. So 2x will be as it is, minus, in the numerator I'll take x square common, so it will be x minus 1, while in the denominator it is minus 3. Okay, so I can do x plus 3 and x minus 1. This is simple quadratic factorization I'm using. And then we have 2x square minus 1 over x square. Now before moving on, we can just cancel out the common terms and then we will try to solve it further. So now I have 2x minus 2x square minus 1 over x plus 3, and then x plus 3 will get multiplied with 2x minus 2x square minus 1. Put it in the bracket. This is always a good practice. Divide by x plus 3. If we look at what they are asking us to do, so we have already got the denominator x plus 3. We just need to work more in the numerator. When I expand the bracket, it will be 2x square plus 6x minus 2x square plus 1 over x plus 3. 2x square will get cancelled and that will give me 6x plus 1 over x plus 3. We can very easily compare it with this form, and if you see, ax plus b is compared with 6x plus 1, and this time literally we had to find a and b value. So the value of a will be 6, b will be 1. And this is all what we had to do in this topic. So I hope that all questions what we discussed over here were fine. You have understood. If for any of the question you are not getting clear idea, then you can just rewatch that part of the video again. And this was all about day 1 of summer workshop.